O'clock matchups, including the Giants coming off their first win of the season, feeding off the energy of rookie quarterback Jackson Dart.
I absolutely hate this. I think this is for all the wrong reasons. Listen, the reason he's starting is because they're not winning.
It's about having heart and having some passion and having those things. Yes, it is.
Touchdown Giants! Jackson Dart! Little shovel pass for Theo Johnson, makes the catch into the end zone. Touchdown Giants!
As a fan base, I'd rather pay to watch somebody compete.
This idea that any experience is good experience is absolutely wrong.
The Giants have won for the first time this year in Jackson Dart's first ever start.
So that was the conversation last week. Alex, Rex has been trying to do a victory lap all week long here. There's no living with him at this point.
Can't help himself.
What did you see?
Listen, I thought it was a great win by Jackson. For your first career start in the NFL, again, hard, going against a really good football team in the Chargers. You didn't turn the ball over. They ran the ball, played great on defense. I thought, again, to get your first win in your first career start is historic. You turn on the tape, though, and I'm not sure how, how much I love. This guy had, 13 completions. He had 10 rushing attempts.
Yeah.
Or he got sacked 5 times. The defense played his fire, but this guy got sent into the concussion tent because he was getting crushed. I don't know how sustainable this is, I guess I would say, all year long. I mean, hit after hit, they ran QB power down at the goal line. I think they're going to get this young quarterback killed if they keep trying to play this way. I didn't see a lot of timing in the pass game. It was some quicks, scrambles, and then obviously kind of chucked some deep. And now Malik Neighbors is out, right? So I almost hate this. This is hard. I want to see some development in the pass game, right? I want to be able to see some timing passes. We didn't see any of that last week.
Yeah, but I did mention about the coach game managing a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
I thought he did a really good job. Now, we can use without the 10 rushing attempts. Okay, I get it. However, they had 42 rush attempts. So it wasn't just him running the football, Jackson Dart running the football. I like what Brian Daboll did. Take it off the kids, played a little bit. They were playing a hell of a football team, by the way, the Chargers.
Yes.
So it wasn't just that they beat the, whatever. The entire football team played well. They really did. It's the best they played by far all season. And so I think it was the shot in the arm the team was looking for. You put a competitor in there. One thing we know about the kid, all right, he is competitive as hell. Like Baker Mayfield type competitive. Mm-hmm. So now, will it come back to haunt him? Maybe so. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think they're going to get 2 wins in a row.
They beat the Saints today.
I think they will, and I think the kid, he has enough ability in the pass game. Granted, without Neighbors, that is an absolute crushing blow to him. Slayton has to step up. And that Wan'Dale Robinson kid, I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in the league. So get him going a little bit. But you know who I want him to feed the ball to?
Don't say the hammer.
The hammer, buddy.
Scatterboo.
Yeah. And to me, that is going to keep him alive in that pass rush. Unleash it on Spencer Rattler.
Randy.
It's just one thing, with Rex and Alex going back and forth. And, Rex, one thing that you said last week that really stood out in the game, just watching the game as a fan, was you talking about energizing a fan base, energizing a team. And when you see the plays that the New York Giants was able to make, and I'm talking about the defensive side of the ball, Dexter Lawrence made a hell of a play, a tip, got the ball by himself, and, not trying to, kick you while you're down, Alex, but I really do believe that this man did energize them just in the week. Okay? Hold on. Let me finish. Now he's getting ready to go on the road in a hostile environment. We've all been to New Orleans and know how that stadium is.
Yep.
I think if he goes in and gets a win, and Rex, you talking about it, they could go 2 in a row.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be important to see how this offense looks between Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson. Those are the pass catchers for the Giants. If they are able to make some hay, I believe in the New York Giants to win this game.
Listen, I'm not saying it doesn't matter who the starting quarterback is for your team, but the idea that this guy just energized everybody, that Brian Burns all of a sudden turned it on and had a bunch of sacks and pressures, and Dexter Lawrence had a pick 6.
True.
I mean, heck, I felt energized through the TV screen because he was playing. That's a little crazy, I think. Again, listen, they played good. This defensive line should be dominating football games. They did last week. We'll see if they can do it today.
You mentioned those 2 only because I mentioned those 2.
I mean, come on. Give me a break.
And I'm sitting back going, this is what I'm saying, Boom! Did it happen? And I'm watching with Alex, and I'm like, And you know what? I was going to give a big swing on him.
No.
Look, I can't block. It's blocking it. You're blocking it.
He better get better. He's not going to last.
Yes.
This kid's not going to last because when we had first of all the rushing attempts, him trying to take on defenders, he tried to stiff arm someone with his right arm right in the helmet. It's like, I love the intensity. But we had Lane Kiffin on last week, his head coach in college, that said, calm him down early. This is a very emotional kid. And this kid, from that interview I took away, this guy gets fired up like a linebacker. He wants to go out there and put everybody on his back. And that's not the way you succeed playing quarterback from my experience, because the biggest physical specimen that I ever saw was Cam Newton, and he ended up breaking down eventually. Yeah. And this kid started breaking down last week with the hamstring and the shot to the head. So let's use that arm a little bit more.
Yep. Rex, the Giants defensive line may also have been energized when they saw Joe Alt leave the field on a cart. The Chargers playing without either of their bookend tackles for a lot of that game, for whatever that's worth. I should also mention the Giants are underdogs today at the winless New Orleans Saints. The Saints' last win came on December 8th of last year when they played at, wait for it, the Giants. So that's the last time the Saints won a game. The Giants and Jackson Dart are underdogs at the winless Saints today, Rex.
Well, and Spencer Rattler has not won a game.
Correct. He's 0 for 10.
0 for 10. But I'm going to tell you something. I actually like that guy.
He's a good player.
I think that kid's a good passer, and I think he's got an absolute gun at a quarterback. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Giants can win it.
Not expecting a lot of offensive fireworks in that one.
Even more injuries on deck, but he talked this week about how I've kind of used to this. I was a starter before. I've had to back up Dak Prescott, and he said the good news is I've had a week of practice. This isn't just me going into a game in the middle of it. Now, players that I spoke to and even players talking to reporters this week talked about how they're going to have to spread the wealth. Mark Andrews, their tight end, said, listen, we have a diverse group of weapons. We are all ready, and it will be that today. We can even see Tyler Huntley. Everybody is on deck, Greeny, particularly when they're facing a Texans defense that has only given up 51 points all season. That's less than 13 points per game. Cooper Rush and this offense has to get back on track, and also their defense has to stand ground.
Kimberly, that defense is last in the NFL in points per game allowed. They're allowing over 33 points a game, and their counterparts today, the Texans, have given up the fewest points per game. The loser of this game is going to be 1-4. Gentlemen, 4% of teams that have started 1-4 have made the playoffs in the Super Bowl era. So, Rex, it's a must-win for these Ravens that you continue to believe in today, despite all these injuries.
Yeah, and maybe it's the 10 years I spent in Baltimore. We never had a bad defense. This one is horrendous, yet I still can't buy it. There's too many darn good players on that defense and the pride of this team. Look, all those injuries on the offense, maybe now the defense is going to sit back and say, it is up to us and we got to step up. And look, I'll say this. They have, matchup, makes fights or whatever.
Styles make fights.
Styles make fights. Thank you. Way better than I could have said it. Mumbled through it. But I'm going to say this. You've got three. They played 3 games, and Houston has yet to score an offensive touchdown in the past 3 games against the Ravens. Maybe, just maybe, this is exactly what they need.
But, Rex, they're missing 4 all-pro